It's no secret. I love hopping in my brand new ZR2 and hitting the open road. And today, no pun intended, all roads lead to Cody Rhodes, the dynamic WWE superstar that has personified dedication and determination in his storied, well-traveled in-ring career. Welcome to WWE Grit and Glory, presented by Chevy Silverado. Navigate me to 4000 State Route 33.
Okay, 4000 Florida 33. Here we go.
All right, so today Cody and I are going on a road trip. See what I did there? To discuss firsthand his hard work, determination, and how he had to strive and thrive in his career. You know, if anybody knows about hard work, dedication, and reviving themselves, it's Cody Rhodes. Go pick him up. Mr. Rhodes!
You ready to rock?
Yes, sir. How you been?
Good, man. I need a ride.
Hey, man, you know what? You come to the right place.
Let's go.
Look at this. Styling and profiling, being wild and
Absolutely.
everything. Thanks for taking the time, young man.
What a
How's
ride
everything?
here, man.
Well, you know.
What a ride.
Shoot, man. You back.
I can't believe it. This couldn't have been written any better way. I had to come back, you know?
Shoot, yeah. I mean, it's just written in the stars, man. Like, as me being a up-and-comer, I have a great relationship with my father,
Yeah.
as you had as well. Dusty Rhodes, man. And to a lot of people, he's like looked at as like the greatest of all time, man.
Depends on where you're from, right?
Right.
Depends on where you're from.
Were you like aware of like how revered he was as a child? Cause you know, that's your dad, you know? Like sometimes like we see them just as our father and like the world sees him a certain way.
Before I saw and before I heard a crowd react to him, he was dad. He was dad, and I was more of a mama's boy. Like, he was dad, you know? My earliest memories are around wrestling rings, so.
Did you initially fall in love with it as a child, or did it take some time to like really grow on to you?
I don't think it took more than 2 seconds.
Wow.
It was in my blood, but there's a difference between it being in your blood and then it gets in your blood. And you probably experienced it yourself. The moment you're hooked, you can't not do this. You can't not want to do this. What job fair, what guidance counselor, no offense to the guidance counselor out there, is gonna tell me what's as cool as this?
It's very true. How did the family initially feel when you decided like, hey, this is what I'm going to do?
I remember I came back home driving with, just like we're driving in a truck with my dad, and I told him. I think he knew that conversation was coming. And I'll never forget. He said, well, if you're gonna do it, you're only gonna do it to be the best.
Wow.
And then the part that really made me feel good as a son, he started listing a roadmap for me. He mentioned OVW, he mentioned Missouri, he mentioned potentially going to Japan. So he was not only supportive, he wanted to be on the team. And we didn't get a lot of times where we were that part of the same team. Same last name, sure. But that was really special to hear. Oh my gosh, he's gonna support me.
Man, I couldn't imagine how that felt. Like, did anybody perceive you differently? Like, hey, you know, I want to...
I think in the town I grew up in, they thought it was just a joke, you know? I think they didn't realize what it meant not only to be entering the ring, doing what my family did, my father, my brother, but also how far I wanted to take. If someone knew, if they got in this head and saw what I really wanted in the long run, they'd think I'm a madman. But that's the only way to do it, man. Like, it's like he told me, it's his fault. It's riding in a truck like this, his fault, saying if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it to be the best. Well,
The bar's already been set.
the bar's been set, you know? It's set dangerously high, you know?
It's just crazy, like, how everyone is performing at such a high level, you know? A lot of people can say that, but they can't say it like you.
I had the bad luck and the good luck and the pleasure of things being so bad at one point that I was able to make them so good by my little what I'd call excursion, my world journey. I was transitioning. What does it look like, right? What is Cody Rhodes gonna look like from Create a Wrestler 2007, where the only attribute about me was my dad was Dusty Rhodes. There was nothing on the surface. I went through a bitter and a jaded portion. It wasn't a character, but it was happening.
Right.
My brother kind of came in terms of, I would say it was a little bit of a life raft to do the tag team and to actually have the Rhodes brothers, but to love each other and be able to share that love on TV, it was all very real. You know, we didn't grow up together, so this was active together with each other, active. Learn about each other, learn what we like, what we don't like. And then it hits a unique wall on the form of Stardust, because there were times where it was a mask that I didn't want, and then there were times it was a mask that I did want. You know, while I was doing Stardust, my dad passed away. That was 2015.
Very true. Yep.
Nothing I needed more at that time, actually, than to hide, to cover up. I wasn't ready to be Cody Rhodes. I wasn't ready to be anything. The last piece of it all, though, that I needed to find was, not to sound dramatic, but was the American Nightmare itself. Being the son of the American Dream, and it just was time to take the mantle in my own way. I am part of a royal family of wrestling, and I'm lucky and humbled to be part of it, but now I'm carrying it with me. I'm not hiding it, I'm not disguising it.
Why do you feel like this is the best time for Cody Rhodes to return back to the WWE?
Well, I'll give you a somewhat arrogant...
I mean to stump you.
No, I'll give you a somewhat arrogant answer. And I don't mean it with arrogance, but I feel like for 2-3 years, I feel like nobody's been able to touch me in the ring. And the only way you can really say that without feeling a little bit of doubt is having that chip, having extra motivation, the biggest prize in our world, which would be the WWE Championship.
And I think it's perfect. It's motivating for myself as well. I love that.
If I'm telling you in any sport, in any form of performance, entertainment, if I'm telling you I'm the best, and if you have pride in what you do, well, it's you in your mind should be saying, no, I'm the best.
Exactly. And that makes everybody greater, because
100%.
Then I feel like naturally people are gonna be like, no, I'm the best.
Right.
So I'm gonna show him why I'm the best, so everyone elevates at the same time.
In the end, who wins when you make that claim is the fans win.
Yes.
Because whether you lose, whether you win, whatever it may be, you're gonna get the best. You're gonna get the best.
I love it. Shoot, let's keep it going. Matter of fact, speaking of keeping it going, it's like a little clue, you know?
That's
precision, target.
So we're gonna target practice of some sort.
You know what? X marks the spot.
X marks the spot.
X marks the
Oh,
spot.
all right,
That's
all
what
right,
we're
all right.
doing right there. So, you know, I did my research, as always. And I heard you're a really big fan of this very popular video game. Wanted to know if you wanted to do a little bit of archery.
Wants to know if I want to do a little bit of archery. Of course I want to do a little bit of archery.
Are you down?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay, let's go.
After you.
Yeah, no, after you.
Can you shoot?
We're gonna see. Whoa!
Hey, we made contact.
So, I had the pleasure in 2015 when I was first signed to the Performance Center to be under your father
Oh, yeah.
and his teachings and the knowledge that he was passing on to the future generations as well. You currently right now are doing something very similar with the school.
We get a lot of, I do just the beginners, because I
Right.
feel like beginning is the most fun to teach. It's not so much about the high spots or the bumps or the run on the ropes or the drills or whatnot, as much as it's more the etiquette, not just because we respect each other, because we need each other. You know, you're wrestling me. It's not just you versus you, if that makes any sense. So that's the number one thing I try to pass to them. And not just that, you're always gonna be hurt. It all hurts. You'll always wrestle hurt, just don't wrestle injured. And finding that early on is really helpful, so you don't, blow a knee or do something drastic before you ever get your run going.
Right.
Yeah.
So with that being said, us getting back on the road, what does the future hold for Cody Rhodes?
That's a three-piece meal. Great dad, great husband, WWE champion. And I mean, it's so much easier said than done, for sure. But if not now, when?
Right.
You know, and again, I can live with things being unobtained. I can't live with them being unsaid. I got to make it clear. I got to make these intentions clear. It's no one else's fault at the end of the day. If it's a success or if it's a total dud, it's no one else but me.
I've watched the entire family grow admiration for it, and I appreciate you. Take your time, shoot some arrows.
Yeah, X marks the
couple-
spot. Thank you
Appreciate
very
it,
much.
boss
Welcome
man.
to the Wrestling Royal Family Club.
God bless you, man. Thank you.
You're in it now, man.